Hey everyone, it's Elise here. I am here today to do the wrist puppet workshop with you guys, and I am going to show you a little example of what we'll be doing today. This is a wrist puppet. It's when traditionally your fingers stick out, and then they can walk really well. This puppet is unique because usually puppets don't really have legs. We normally only see the torso, and they move just by kind of like bobbing around the stage. So this puppet's cool because we can actually do some fun walks with it. It's a very simple puppet. I made it out of just a sock, some pipe cleaners. I used some cereal box cardboard, and then I do have some hot glue here, but if you don't have hot glue, tape works totally fine. And then I just decorated it with markers. So it's a very simple puppet, and I am excited to be able to teach you how to do it today. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to be decorating with some yarn for hair because I got this really pretty lilac yarn this weekend, and I wanted to add some hair, so I'm going to be doing that too. But what I'm going to have you guys do is get a sock. I couldn't find any other white spare socks in my room, so I'm doing gray today. You can do whatever color you want. If you're using a black sock, I would say you can actually use like construction paper to decorate it or something if you wanted to add some, like I added like a tie to this or something that could definitely be made out of construction paper. It's kind of up to you. So yeah, so we have the sock. Let's just get started. So what we're doing is we're sticking our hands into the sock, right? So we want to be able to kind of like determine what we're doing with that. So we're going to want, I don't know why I just stuck my hand in there. We don't want this heel part to be sticking out in the front because it's kind of bumpy and awkward looking. So what we're going to do is we are going to have it stick in the back. So if you see, you want the heel to kind of be in like the back of your wrist, and that's roughly where we're going to start. So just have that like front, that flat part of the sock is supposed to be for the front. And now all we're going to do is we're going to make two little slits on the sock, the bottom of the sock for our fingers. It's really simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty fabric scissors, and I'm just going to cut two tiny little slits towards the bottom of the sock. And they're probably going to be like half an inch long at most. The socks are pretty stretchy, so your fingers can stretch through them no matter what. So see, I made one here. And then I'm gonna make another one. Made one like an inch over. And then now we have the base for our puppet. Look at that. Kind of looks like a diaper or something. It's a little funny. So we have that. But however, if you don't like this extra fabric up here, what we're going to do is we're going to chop that off because it's kind of awkward and we don't really want our puppet's head up here. We're going to want our puppet's head right where the wrist bends. Otherwise, it's going to look like, I don't know, their necks are broken or something. So what we're going to do is chop that. But first, we are going to mark it. Let me get out one of my markers. Sorry. We're just going to mark it right where we want to cut it just to make sure. All right, so I'm like thinking right here will be good. So now we can cut there. Oh, my cat's interested in coming up right now. He might make an appearance shortly. All right, so I'm going to lay that sock back. Oh no, here we go. Sorry. We're going to lay that sock back down. We're going to lay it flat so we can cut it. Make sure the wrist, or not the wrist, the heel part isn't in the way. There we go. I've laid it flat down. I should angle this down a little bit more so you can see it. And I'm just gonna cut it. There we go. And now I'm gonna keep putting it on and off again just because I like to see where my work is going. We have this. So we have the clothes pretty much. And if you don't want to decorate the clothes, you are free to do so. But I don't know, I like some fun stuff going on with the outfit. So we are going to add some more to that. But now we have that. So I'm gonna recommend that we do the head next, just so we can kind of get an idea of what our character is before we actually start to like decorate the clothes. Because you have to decide what the character is before you know what they're wearing, right? So now all you're gonna need is some cardboard. You can also use paper if you don't have cardboard. The only reason that paper might not be the best choice is because it's so flimsy, so it might start to I don't know, bend or something in an awkward way. We don't really want that, so that's why I'm using cardboard right now. So I have a pencil right here, and I'm just gonna trace out a head shape. You can kind of see what I did here. I just ended up, making this funky little shape. Then I cut that out and drew some features onto it. So somebody, I'm gonna open it up to the crowd here. Somebody give me a shape for a head. It can be like square, heart-shaped, oval. I don't know. It's just somebody throw out a shape. I kind of I like to ask people what they want me to make, because it's fun. I know it always takes a second for these suggestions to come out. So I'm just gonna wait, but if I don't get one in the next 10 seconds, I'm just gonna move on, and I'm gonna decide that I wanna do a heart-shaped face. Ooh, somebody said triangle. Thank you, Donna. So I'm gonna be doing a triangle face today. That's cool. So what I'm gonna be doing is just sketching out a cool little triangle face. And I might be adding some curves here and there just to, I don't know, kind of make it look more like a face. And also, because I'm going to be adding yarn to the top of the head, I'm going to kind of leave space for a large forehead, because, you want some space to be able to hot glue that yarn to it. So, adding quite a large forehead. This will make for some funny hair, actually. All right, let's see. That is my, oh, can you see that? There we go. That is my face shape. It's kind of triangle. I just wanted to add a little bit of a rounded chin because, make it more look like a face. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna cut it out. And keep in mind, if you wanted to add hair right now or something, and just kind of include the hair in this face shape, you are free to do so. I always encourage people to sometimes not listen to me and do what they want to do, because I like creativity. I did an upside down triangle head. I hope you don't mind, whoever suggested that. All right, so now I have my little triangle head. I'm just gonna round out the chin a little bit because I like that. There we go. Kind of looks like an animal head of some sort already. I don't know, maybe I'll do that. So now it's time to decide what features to add to the face, right? Because I made a very happy little, male puppet with his little top hat, I'm gonna make a female puppet this time. You can make whatever kind of puppet you'd like. So I'm gonna get out my markers that I have right here. I'm gonna just dump them out so I can see what colors I wanna work with. There we go. All right, and now it's time for drawing the face. If you aren't a good drawer, or you need inspiration for puppets, or for your puppet face, I would recommend just going on Pinterest and typing in something I don't know, cartoon faces, and then kind of gathering inspiration from what you see there. I'm just gonna kind of freehand it because that's just what I want to do today. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna make sure I leave space at the top for this hair at the end. Can't wait to see what the yarn looks like with this, the wide head. So I'm gonna draw some eyes. And I'm gonna keep them closed because eyes are hard for me to draw. I'm gonna add some eyelashes. There we go. So I have my eyes. Pretty simple. They're very cute. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna keep them closed. I'm gonna draw little circles underneath them. So now you can actually see the eyes. They're open. Woohoo. All right, and then I want to think of a nose. I want her to have a little tiny dainty nose. So I'm gonna do that. I drew a little nose here. And then for the lip color, so keep in mind we have purple hair here. What color should I do on the lips? Somebody give me a fun color to do. I have, let's see, can you see here all the colors of the rainbow? So feel free to get a little crazy here. My cat is currently scratching, so I'm gonna go let him out really fast. There you go, Ringo. Sorry about that. He was only gonna get louder. So does anybody have any color suggestions yet? Green, I see green, so I'm gonna do that. I like that. It's a very bold color. We're making a bold character here. So we have this. I want her to have like big lips because she's cool. So I'm just gonna draw the lips. There we go. All right, so I've done this. I hope you like it. And I'm just gonna color them in really fast. All right, so I've colored them in, and now I'm just gonna go back in and add some, where's my black? Some black outline to it so you can tell that they're lips. It's like lip liner, right? There we go. She looks funny. I like this so far. So now I have my little face, right? And you can kind of do whatever you want to like add even more to it. I can actually probably add a little bit more because we have time. I see somebody asked me to review the head. All we are making this out of is cardboard, and we're using a sock to kind of, you know, clothe the puppet. So if you have a piece of cardboard, you can start making the head right now. And I'll go over the sock again in a little bit. All right, so I'm actually gonna use pink for the cheeks. I'm adding some blush. Sorry, I should have said that. Here's some blush. And then, I don't know, I like this makeup look we have going on, so I'm gonna add some eyeshadow too. I'm gonna use some purple eyeshadow. My dogs are so loud, it's crazy. All right. Uh-oh, somebody's at the door. That's okay, my brother's home, he'll get that. So anyways, we have this head right here, and I think I'm satisfied with that. She looks very like fancy, like a dancer. So we'll have to consider that when it's time to learn how to perform them. I'm so sorry. Of course it happens right now. All right, so now it's time to go back to the body. Oops, that's the top of the sock. So what we're doing is, if you have just joined late, we're just taking a sock and then cutting some slits for your fingers so it fits like this, and then cutting off the top so you don't have some extra sock up here. So we have this base right here. And now, just so to give you an idea of where I'm gonna put the head, it's probably gonna be like right here, but we are going to, or maybe a little higher up, like right there. We're gonna decorate the body first. All right, so I am pretty unprofessional here, and I just used some permanent markers to decorate the sock. If you have fabric markers, I would probably say that's better, but I don't have those, so I'm just doing the best with what I've got. I'm gonna get out my permanent markers now. I also think that Crayola markers will work just fine, so I have these really fun, pretty colors that I'm going to use. All right, I don't like how this white kind of looks like a diaper, so can somebody suggest out of these colors which color I should paint the pants, or not paint, color in the pants? I'll just wait right here for a second. I have this blue color, this like slate blue color, some lilac, hot pink, this corally color, and this is like aqua. So they're pretty colors. I'm gonna set these back down again as I wait for that answer to come in. Somebody said all of them. I like that. I like that suggestion. I will do all of them. So I'm gonna angle it down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. All right, and I like the idea of some striped pants because I think that's fantabulous. So I'm gonna do that. There we go. So this part you can pretty much just have fun with. Decorate to your heart's fullest extent. I don't know. I'm just gonna have fun and doodle on it. So I'm doing some stripy pants because I think that is really cool. And again, if you have like, I don't know, a darker sock or you don't have like access to markers or something, I think paper would work just fine for this. So you could cut out some cool features on, or cool clothes on construction paper and then just tape it or glue it to this sock that you have. All right. So I'm gonna keep doing it like this. This is looking pretty cool, guys. This is what I have so far. All right. Oh, I saw somebody just suggested cut out cardboard shoes and tape them to your fingernails. I did consider that. I mean, you can totally do that if you want. We can even go over at the end if we have time. I thought it would be funny to paint your fingernails if you have like, I don't know, a puppet with fabulous shoes or something. So feel free. If you want to cut out little shoes, stick them to your fingers, that would be awesome. All right, looks like my dogs have quieted down now. I'm very grateful. Somehow it always seems that whenever people are coming to work on the house, they come at 2 o'clock and it's like, I have my workshop. All right, so now I have some pretty funky looking pants. That kind of makes them not look like a diaper anymore, which I am happy for. And I'm still not satisfied with that top part because it's kind of boring and gray looking. I'm gonna pull up the pants a little bit more by drawing into that gray territory. She needs high-waisted pants. That's the look right now. All right, so I've done that. I'm gonna add a necklace. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so also you're gonna notice that your sock starts to roll. Just honestly let it happen. You can't really prevent that. So just start drawing like beneath where that is. Don't worry if your sock isn't behaving the way you want it to. I'm giving her a pretty hot pink necklace. All right. There we go. I'm going to add some colors to this necklace because that's what I like to do. I hope you're having fun decorating right now if you're doing this with me. All right. Now, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think this is a funny looking body. And you can also, I'm not doing it, but you can decorate the back too because that might kind of like show. Oh yeah, I probably should have done that, but I'm running out of time, so you can do that later. So now it's time to glue the head. Before we do that though, so I'm going to show you a little secret in this guy. What I found, I just glued the head to the outside. The head started to fall backwards. So what I did was I cut out this little slip of cardboard. I think it's probably about like 3 inches long, 2 inches long. And I stuck it to the back of his head, then I let it go down into the sock. So when you put your hand in there, your hand props it up and keeps it straight. So that's pretty useful. So we're going to do that right now, really fast. It really doesn't matter how long it is as long as it's enough to hold up your head. Here we go. So we have this little piece right here. And now it comes time for the hot glue or tape. Again, I use hot glue because, I don't know, I'm a crafter and I just like how permanent and reliable hot glue is, but you can use whatever you want. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue, I'm going to move this down there, onto the strip. Come on out. There we go. And I'm going to place it higher up actually. So I placed it kind of towards the middle because we want some of this space at the bottom so we can glue that part to the sock. So we're just gonna let that. Cool. And now actually, if you don't want to use hot glue again, you can actually just slip this right on and then hopefully that'll stay. I don't want to do that though because I like things being permanent. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of her chin. Come on. Don't make me get another glue stick. There we go. And I'm gonna place that. Oops. Oh, shit. It's gonna go. All right. Right there. All right, now I'm just gonna let it dry. Do you like that I used a Twinkies box for it? I always say cereal board or cereal box cardboard, but you can use whatever kind of cardboard you have. All right, so now I have this, and I'm gonna put it on just so you guys can see what progress we made. And now we've got really kind of like a cool, fantastic walking lady. So we're almost done here. As you can see for my original guy, I also added some arms. So this is not totally necessary. So if you don't have pipe cleaners, I know that's not something a lot of people commonly have. You don't need to do this part, but I like the arms, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking either this pink or this purple is gonna look good. I'm gonna go with the pink this time because I've used purple, but I haven't used pink. All right, so what we're gonna do, I have hot glue strands caught to me, is cut it in half. So these are our two arms. And then now for this part, kind of determine where you want the arms. I just put them kind of like in the middle here. I'm like right around the side. You are gonna make the tiniest slits with your scissors. Basically what we're gonna do is I'll show it to you on here. We're gonna stick that pipe cleaner through and then just kind of make a little like bumpy thing with it so that won't go through the hole. So just make like a teeny tiny hole. The pipe cleaner will fit through it, I promise you. So I'm gonna do that now. There we go. Do that to the other side too. Can't get it. Oh, I should be using my fabric scissors. That's probably why it's not working right now. There we go. That one might even be a little bit big, but as you can see, I've made some little tiny hole right here, and then one on the other side too. So all we're going to do is we are going to stick our pipe cleaners through that hole. And you can stick it through pretty far, because again, you're just going to loop it up and pull it back through. So all I'm going to do is now that it's through the hole, I'm just going to twist it and make like a weird little knot that won't go through the hole as long as it's, you know, as long as it's going to block. It doesn't really matter what your method is. All right, so I see I've made this little thing. And now, there you go. I'm going to do that to the other side before I shape the hands. I made this hole really small. I can barely see it. There we go. I'm just making that little twisty thing again. All right, so I've added two little arms. And now I'm just gonna, you know, make some hands with it. You could definitely get more intricate with it, but all I did was just made a little loop. I love pipe cleaners because you can do so much with them. All right, so I've made one little loop. Ooh, can't really see that yet. There we go. All right. And two. And I'm going to put that back on again so you can see what it looks like. You will have to adjust the pipe cleaners a little bit because this isn't a perfect method, but I still think it'll be fine. Oop, that just came right out. So if that happens, that does happen quite often, you can just put it back in and then reseal them. You can also totally glue it in. I'm just not doing that because hot glue is kind of messy. I don't feel like doing that right now. There we go. It's hard to trust your hand sometimes. And there we go. So now we have our little hands, and you can, again, kind of adjust them to be what you want them to be. And we're almost done. Again, I'm just going to add some hair really fast. I love it whenever my puppets have hair because it's so pretty. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start cutting some strands. And I'm making them pretty long because I can always give the puppet a haircut afterwards. It's always better to have it be a little bit longer so you can trim it than too short, because then you've just wasted your yarn. I'm just going to do 3 strands because that's about how much time we have left. And then for the hair, I'm probably just going to glue it straight in the center, but you can kind of glue it wherever you want to get those illusions of parts. So all I'm going to do is just put a line of glue right up the top. Come on out. There we go. There we go. Just going to place it really carefully. Please don't burn yourselves if you're doing this with me right now. I would be very sad if that happened. All right, so I have this hair, and then because I want it to kind of like form the shape to this head, I'm also gonna place some little glue drops right at the top to keep that hair in place. Hot glue for puppet hair is like hairspray for us, right? Isn't that kind of funny? All right, so I've done one side. I love this look, it's so funny. Thank you for suggesting triangle to whoever did that. Come on, I need like a new glue stick, but I know it can do this one last drop. You gotta be kidding me, that's okay. Come on out, there we go. And again, being very careful not to burn myself, I'm just going to shape that hair right up in there. And voila. And now I'm just going to cut it because her hair is a little bit long for my liking. Come on, there we go. All right, and now we've done it. And you can always go back and just trim. I'm just going to trim these edges right here. All right, and now we have our beautiful puppet. There we go. Oh, I like her more than my original guy. All right, so we've made it. And now I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how we would perform them. So like I said earlier, the cool part about these puppets is that they can walk, because normally puppets don't have legs, right? We just see like maybe like hand puppets kind of like bobbing along the stage. So I like this because we can kind of like, there's a lot of different ways you can walk with your fingers. So I'm thinking that she looks pretty like, you know, pretty glamorous, right? So we might want to kind of think about how they would walk. I feel like it would almost be like a runway walk. Like, I wish you guys could see this a little bit more. There we go. Maybe like crisscrossing, or maybe, I don't know, you can kind of think about it. Maybe she just walks kind of slowly. Maybe she walks like lean back, right? Because she's like too cool for us. She could hop. Maybe she's more like excitable and she's happy. Maybe she's like got like a swagger, like bow-legged thing going on, so she could kind of walk like this. That would be good for maybe like a villain or like, I don't know, like a pirate character. No, Western, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. So it's really up to you. She could skip, like maybe that would look like this. I don't know. How do people skip again? And then another important thing to note with these wrist puppet characters is you have to watch out for them leaning back. I know it's kind of uncomfortable, but just try to make sure when you're looking at it, make sure that it's straight rather than like leaning back like this, because it's easy to start letting your fingers get ahead of you. Unless that's your character choice, it's up to you. But I like her kind of walking like, you know, twisted, like she's a runway model or something. But yeah, that's all the time we have for today. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop with me today. If you are free on Friday at 2 p.m., I'm doing one called egg carton faces. That's pretty much where you just like chop up egg cartons and then like rearrange it into a cool face. It definitely makes some really funky puppets. And then we have some really fun ones next week coming up too. So yeah, bye everyone. Thank you for joining me today.